Yo, how's it? All right. Just gotta switch screens. There we go. Okay. Quick rundown of what's going on. New content has dropped as of, I think it was yesterday. I've played a little bit of it. There is a new character, new weapon that came with the character that I still don't fucking understand this one. Throw a bouncing projectile cooldown reduces when moving. Okay. I think it's got some healing aspects, stuff like that. I would need to look it all up. There's two new cards here. I've gotten one of them, which is this one, Waltz Pearls, which gives you like Magic Wand and Evolution and Fire Wand and Evolution, and Cross and Evolution can now bounce off the sides of the screens like a Rune Tracer can. I have no idea what this one is. I just know that you need to do it with the projectile guy. And yeah, so new character, new weapon, and new map. I have got the new character. I need to still reach 100 with them to get their unlock from here. I still need to finish the map because I did get really bloody close to finishing the map, but I buggered up in the last 20 seconds. And then I need to get the card. Those are the three unlocks I need to do here. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. So, first things first. I need to do the new map, and I need to do either projectile build or dog. We'll do Gennaro. Gennaro. I guess that's how it's pronounced, Gennaro. Start. Okay, he's projectile. So this here is the new one. So as you can see, it affects Magic Wand, Fire Wand, Cross, but it does also affect the other character that cart that goes across the screen bounces. I don't think that that's all that good. I'm going to be taking this because projectiles, and simply spoken, like, I could do a really fun bouncy build with this. Magic Wand. By the way, so no drops like health or anything like that from lanterns. It is completely and utterly just coins. Yeah, it's, I think, the basic ones and then the big ones. Yes, I'm going to take a Rune Tracers because like, it just, this works out so well. Having lots and lots of projectiles just bouncing around like a lunatic thing. Now, this map does get very hard, so I'm not even so sure I'm going to do it first time. And plus, my goal more is to get level 99 with this character. Though I would like to finish this map. I have to say the dog did feel really bloody weak when I was playing. But then again, that's not too surprising for those types of characters. How would you describe them? I'd describe them as kind of like the mob ones. Braces is just so good here. I'm going to be having projectiles bouncing everywhere. I will probably take up Candelabro, because the thing is, right, is that with this build, if I'm got these sorts of weapons already, then I should get that one with the crit effect, the Arcana with the crit effect, which means that the axes might not be a bad one to take up as well. There's Fire Wand. Again, I'm taking this because it's fun and because, like, let's be honest, cooldown reduction and spinach are both amazing things to pick up anyway. So it's like, why not try and have fun with the new... I do not know if they're good. Nice cross. I'm not saying that they're good. I'm just saying that they're fun. And I think that's the big thing that needs to be considered. Is like, if it's fun, it's fun. Yeah. But yeah, so I'll probably take Axes last, which does mean I'm probably losing out on Duplicator, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna take Magic Wand more just because, like, well, Magic Wand's probably one of the weaker weapons here. Knife is one I don't like a lot personally. That's just because the positioning for it is just very awkward for me. But yeah, if we're taking Axes last, that's mainly because I kind of love the idea of taking Candelabra more than Duplicator. Because imagine seeing giant, like, everything flying around the map. Like, it's insane. It'll be very funny. Yes, I am not doing this build to be good. I'm doing this build to be fun. I mean, I also want to see the Arcana I can get off of this character. I actually kind of want Cross more. Yeah. Because Cross is going to be doing a lot more damage than Knife is overall on this map. There's Spinach, that's amazing. So you can kind of already see the bouncing effect with, like, the Cross. But yeah, this is a gimmick map. You get levels insanely quickly on this. Like, I would argue this is the fastest leveling map there is. That was actually a very hard decision, but I want more speed on the Cross now. Because again, Cross is going to end up probably being a big carry on this. Because, like, to give an idea, on my previous run, I think I almost had, like... I mean, this should already give an idea. I've gotten this many weapons this early on. I think if you want to farm money, this actually might be the new best map. If you get, like, the Pentagram evolution. Because that way you can, like, just, get an absurd amount of money and levels, and that constitutes into money. But, like, keep in mind the big fault that we're going to have is that you can't pick up attractor orbs. There's just, they don't exist. So you have to kind of be very manual Samuel with your EXP. And it's on you if you don't pick up everything. I'm going to get Spinach there because, like, while getting any of those leveled up, and prepped for, I mean, especially Knife, because that's probably going to be my first evolution. If I could get Fire Wand first, I think I like that. Oh, and by the way, the other one I'll probably go for is the Explosions one, because that just ends up being insane damage with the Fire Wand, especially with the bounces. Did I just skip on Axe? God damn it. We'll just make an argument that it's better to beeline the items. Oh, by the way, also that means no healing is going to be coming out of things as well. The light sources. So you're very on your own. Yeah, I'll take the armor. Because that'll give me a lot more survivability, which is something, again, that I'm going to be lacking. Because You'd be surprised at how much survivability technically just the floor chickens give you by just existing. So look at this. Jesus. Yeah, well, knives. Try and clear the ways in front of me. Again, like knives are not doing that much damage, but that's because this map is very highly statted. Because after every minute, the enemies grow naturally, and since they also grow with your level, they grow very quickly and very strong. Basically, the enemies are designed to just get way stronger than you are. Picked up Clover there, so I've got that locked in. So what? It's Candelabra and Tome are the ones I'm missing. I'm just gonna get knife prepped and ready for evolution. As you can see, it's starting to get very hard already. I'm gonna probably burn my revive here. Shit. Ooh. 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 Natural healing, please. Come through. Do me a solid. Okay. There's my revive. Magic Wand's just going to help me clear out the stuff next to me more, which is a little bit more important than Rune Tracer clearing out stuff at distance. Like, Rune Tracer's better, but also what I... because, like, it's clearing me pathways. Yeah. But it's clearing me pathways, which is obviously very important. But I need to be able to get rid of what's next to me as well. Just gonna get it finalized. The other thing is, but when it's done with all its levels like it is now, it means that I don't have to worry about leveling it up again. I really would love that tome right now. That tome would probably be the biggest upgrade I could get. Because cooldown reduction would just make this a little bit more safer. Okay, there's the axe. I'll pick that up. Ah, yes, that's right. There's also this problem, 10-minute marker. An invincible bloody ghost that one-shots you. I'm pretty sure he one-shots you. I haven't tested, honestly. Nor do I want to. There's the boss, but honestly, I can't stay to focus it. The Green Reaper disappears after time, I believe. That's how it went for me in the past. Get more rune trace to clear more area. Oh, there's the candelabra. Candelabra door, I should say. So should be nice. Reinforce is better. Reinforce is better. Okay, it's gone. The Irish sword's really good to get. I think outside of spinach, I'm just gonna go for weapons when they come up. What the fuck is this wave? What the fuck is this wave? What am I supposed to do? I'm dead. There's no way I'm not dead here. That's almost spawned on top of me and killed me. There it is. I feel like I need to play something a bit better on that map. So let's play something worse. But yeah, so I think, for example, the build is this, this, and this. Yes, this character is a dog, and I love it. I'll see if I can get. No. Okay, it's a lot better here. I'm gonna take the empty tome. This interaction is just too good. Pass up with this. I'm gonna banish knife. think what I'm gonna try and build is a guns pentagram build. Additional projectiles. Should give me enough damage to stave off everything and then collect my EXP, and I'd be able to get the money out of it. Just get more gun. The skull's tempting because I will want to get the Song of Mana probably, but also like taking skull at this stage is probably suicidal. Like I don't see how it would be a smart idea to do. But yeah, no. This map's been real cool. It's extremely difficult, man. Again, I think I talked about this before, but the developer's amazing because the game scales with the power that you're given to require the power that you're given. Like, okay, I want to point out I could just take a boss to this, like Reaper or the new one. But, like, where's the fun in that? And Labrador would probably be actually not that one. Just in hindsight. Again, like at this point in time, I'm kind of brain deading it because I'm focusing too much on the combat to think on the level things. I'm just looking at one that I know I own, so I kind of want to level it. Sand and Water is actually a really good synergy as well, but I'm going to be moving around a bunch, so I'm going to... Okay, this seems real weird. I'm going to banish Lightning Ring, because if I do want to get Duplicator, I don't want to get Lightning Ring. I'm getting Pentagram, and I'm getting guns, like getting Lightning Ring. It's not normally that good. I know, it can be. It can be. I've had some good runs with it. It's just Lightning Ring's a little too sporadic and irregular, so you don't have the safety and comfort that it could be from a lot of other weapons. See, it's because so the other reason why I don't want to go Sand and Water is since you kind of want to move around with the Celestial Dusting, you're also getting the vacuum effect from things, so you don't want Tractor Orb as much. Just happens to be that the stats from thing normally give you a real big positive, but because also this map is a non-upgrade map, so if I press escape, you can see there's no like bonuses I can get on the map. Then I kind of have to be a bit more precise on what I choose to help me. King Bible is kind of redundant with the guns. Especially if I don't want to get Candelabrador, because at that point in time I should just get garlic. But I probably won't get garlic. God, I almost misunderstood that. My brain saw the tome and was like, ah, yes, tome. Jeez. No, I do think, like, gold farming, though, on this match will be good. I know I've already said that. It's going to be great. Okay, there we go, pentagram. Pentagram with cooldown reduction, just, yes. Now we need to look for crown and tiramisu. There's two things I still care about. And after that, what do I want? Ironically enough, I might actually want garlic. Don't know. Just because it helps with, like, those sorts of attacks. And there is a lot of things that just kind of spawn on top of you, so having on top of you damage, like garlic, might not be bad to keep me a bit safer. Oh, nice. That wasn't a delete, that was a clip. Do I want Rune Tracer? Because then I would pick up the armor. I don't. And I don't want to take, Bibble. Question, Lord? Still love that meme. It's just a Bibble. I really don't want to lose my revive if I'm doing a gun build. That would be pretty horrific if I do, and I'm probably going to. Yep. I don't think I'm going to do this, this round either. So I'm going to take the garlic. Do this, gives me more healing. Losing one revive this early is really bad. Like, really, really bad. I don't see how I can pull this back. I can't stabilize. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was not the right direction to run, but there was also not any great directions to run. I mean, I could remove Curse. But that kind of takes away from it as well. I'm going to play again with Gennaro. I'm going to try and play it a bit smarter. So, what will I want? I want Heart of Fire, I want Slash, and I want Waltz Pearls. Slash might be better because I start with the knife. Cross is really good. I want all three of these. Can I buy all three of these, please? What's gonna do me better now? Magic wand, 'cause it's close range I need. Like, yes, I'm gonna basically be doing the same build again, but I'm gonna try and play a lot smarter. None of these do me well. And Labrador or armor. And Labrador is better, really. Area is good. I mean, yeah, I'll take X. 3X is coming out here. That's a lot of projectiles. I gotta take the Rune Tracer there as well. I think my problem here is, like, I'm spreading my weapons too thin. And I've got a lot of good weapons, but I've not got any of them leveled. And with having them not so leveled and such, they tend to be just, like, inherently weaker. Good old Bone. I mean, Bone's not bad when you've got this many projectiles. Bone's actually quite a bit of damage. Rune Tracer of a knife any day of the week, I think. Spinach. I just realized that I'm technically only one weapon away from being already got all the weapons I want. Man, this run's doing well so far. Watch how I still manage to bugger it up. Because, you know, that's just how it goes. Something's gonna go wrong. God, I really don't want to keep leveling this. I don't want knives upgraded. Knives is one of the later upgrades I want because it just doesn't do me all that much. Not in my eyes. Look, I know there's probably people that really love the knives. I don't. And it is pure and simply because I don't like the directional control of them. I find it a little too finicky. But I also acknowledge, like, they kind of just push through stuff and get more spinach. Spinach is probably not the best option there. Rune Tracer probably was. Spinach is just so much damage at this stage. And I get Rune Tracer level up anyway. I mean, like, that's the other thing. I'm technically a lot stronger just because the upgrade I have is a bit more substantial. Also, again, yes, I know. Just, I could have taken Knife there. It probably would have been good. Probably better than Candelabra upgrade, but also, I don't like Knife. And I think Candelabra is going to give me a little bit more value with the fact that I've got 3 large-scale projectiles flying around the place. Or 3 types, sorry. Oh, another upgrade, Spinach. Not bad. Spinach is almost maxed out. Honestly, I think that bounce upgrade is probably one of the last upgrades you actually want to get for this build. I'll definitely take Axe over Candle Labrador at this point. I need to get Axe further up. Magic Wand. I haven't got many of my utility items yet, which is kind of pain. Ooh, just maxing out spinach just sounds so good there. Oh my god. Apparently my thumb moved faster than my fingers. That's... Okay, what has to give up on its level up? Knives. Knives is going to give up on its level up. Bracer is probably the weakest of all of the things that I'm going to get. Actually, technically, no, Rune Tracer could probably do without its level up. Let's be honest, No Future is, not as... It's kind of an argument. Do you want a good one to be better, or do you want a terrible one to be okay? I'll bloody live with, losing the Knives upgrade and Bracer, because Bracer sounds really good, but also... Like, well, Armor sounds less good, No Future sounds better than the Knives upgrade. I'm very mad at myself there. I wish I could fix that. I guess it's kind of good on a map that's really money farm orientated. Try and make a positive spin on it because it was a terrible decision. One thing I'd like to see is like a way of actually removing an upgrade, potentially. Like give us a thing in the selection where like maybe, I don't know if Banish already works that way, right? Like, I don't want to test it out with Knife. I'll test out Banish on the Stone Mask because I'm wondering if that works or if it just is fucked. That would be cool if that worked, like where you could remove an upgrade that you've already got on, but I doubt that that's how that works. It'd be a nice upgrade to be able to get, though. Just so you could get something for the early game and get rid of it for the late stages. Though, I can see the concern with, like, of evolutions. So you get the item to evolve a weapon and then you get rid of the item. Though, I'll be honest, like, while that sounds like, oh, well, that'd be really good. No, it wouldn't. Because most of the weapons have good synergies with their parts. Man, imagine if I had tome instead of bloody stone right now. So nice. I'm so sad. I kind of almost wanted to quit the run there and then, by the way. Okay, let's try here. No, it doesn't remove it. So does that mean I'm just cursed now and I can't even level up? Do I think that this run's going to go much longer? I don't think it is. Look, I want to point out, by the way, even if I got that tome and get the mask and stuff like that, I don't think this run would have gone much better. I do think this run went better in terms of like power scaling than the other run though with this character. So starting with this Arcana, whatever it's called, is probably better. So if I take this, what's missing out? No, I can't miss out on the cross level up. I don't know if I said this out loud, but internally I was kind of thinking whichever one came up first, of Room Tracer or Bracer, I'd pick that. Yay, knives level up. Whoa. Okay. Which do we get here that I want? I don't get any of the ones I want. Oh, shite. Hey developer, if you ever hear this, can we use rerolls on this stuff? That'd be nice. Once we get more of them, I can see a reason for adding it now. I can also see why you haven't, but I was just thinking. Even if it's a unique reroll, but just rerolling it would be nice. I don't know really. I'm sure he's got a Discord or something like that that I could probably go to and put suggestions in there, but I'm not kind of the person to do that sort of stuff normally. Because I feel like that's less negotiation, more me going, hey, I don't like this about your game, do this. I have done enough stuff in my time to know that that's not how you get stuff done. And I would feel terrible for doing that to someone. So, again, if developers hearing this, could we be able to use rerolls possibly on that stuff? Because I know you've made it so we can start with a random one now, which I think was also honestly an amazing idea. In case you're just feeling like a very randomized sort of day. No, even with the bugger up, I think I'm still going to probably do quite well here. Just because I've now stabilized. I don't know if I'm going to win still. I think that's a little up in the air. I say the projectile speed thing's quite funny. I think those are possibly some of the worst ones though. Like majority of the time it's a buff, I believe. But the rest of the time it's not. And it goes to that negative state. That's the main one that I really wanted to see get upgraded. Oh, that's Rune Tracer fully maxed out. Sad enough it's not getting evolved here, but Rune Tracer is still one of the best weapons. Just inherently. See, like, the fact that I'm struggling the way I am at this stage tells me this isn't going to go But yeah, like the stone mask is also just not showing up anymore, so all it does is banish it from being able to level up. But like, look at how close stuff is getting to me. Like, sure, I might be just about one-shotting everything on the face of the planet, but it's also like, I need to hit it, and that's a less than guaranteed thing at this stage. Okay, at this point in time, my goal is not survival, but levels. If I can still hit 99, we're good. God, I love when the Rune Tracer gets that maxed out speed buff because it just like obliterates. That's magic 1 upgraded, and that should be, yep, that's basically my finalization. Let's run outside of the level, wave 21 chest. Money. Hell yeah. Okay. Not too far off hitting the level up thing. I want 99. Give me the Arcana. Yep. Okay. So this is probably better, honestly. It gives me a lot more on-screen damage. Especially, like, it's because the thing is with the projectiles going, like, haywire like they do from time to time, this means that they get to stick on the screen and do a lot more damage. Ammo levels. It's like, can I just AFK? I can't AFK with bosses in this dungeon or this level. They just aren't that substantial. But I can seem to AFK at this point. I mean, not bad for destroying enemy projectiles, at least. Three more levels. More level. There we go. I'm just gonna AFK and let me die because I don't even probably. I might be able to do it. I don't think I'll be able to do it. See, even through like the lightning speed mode, the enemies get really close, and when I don't have that going, it will get even closer. The strength of this build is it's funny. The weakness of this build is it's not good. I think that's the thing that needs to be taken away from this. Now look at how close these enemies are getting to me. This is absurd. Yeah, by the way, again, I want to point out, the only difference No Future would have made here is I would have died slower. Well, I got the new card. Iron Blue Will is what it was called. Listed weapon projectiles gain up to 3 bounces and might pass through enemies and walls. Okay. So, either I do Doggo on another map, or I play a try-hard character on that map. Do I play Jorno? Giorno Giovanna. But you could call me Giorgio. So these are your project. Oh, okay, so it's not the upgrades. Okay. I was about to fucking say. Yo, though, that's actually really good, because that synergizes more with the things. You do that, and that one. And then you don't want to get that one anymore. Okay, we're going to take this one. Take cross. I'm going to try and do this build, I swear to God. We'll say yes, by the way, this character is just inherently strong. Like, this is one of the boss characters. And the boss characters just kind of say, fuck you. No good options. I didn't want to reroll, by the way, for that. I've already rerolled twice at the start of this, which really is painful to do. I'm wondering if Rune Trace is even, like, a good idea with this build. Or if you want to get something like Bibble. No, you don't want Bibble because, the range thing. this build instead of Rune Tracer as a survivability asset. By the way, so this character inherently has like plus 100% might. So you can kind of just be a juggernaut that moves super slow. You also have like 8 armor. This character is just insane and it doesn't take much damage. It just moves kind of slow. I mean, keep in mind this is hyper mode and I'm moving that slow. I love the cross in this. Just bounces everywhere on the screen. What do we think the next ultimate weapon's going to be? Is it going to just be another new weapon? Because I'd be kind of sad if it's just a new weapon and not like... Because, well, the two weapons we've got are Laurel and Clog Lancet. Like, those two, I don't know how you want to upgrade those. I think that's the clear problem. Because upgrading either of those is really quite... could be quite dangerous because... they're really good. Like, Rune Tracer was amazing without an Ultimate Evolution, and now it's just, like, the Ultimate Evolution's kind of meh. And I would argue that's because it's just, it doesn't do much more. Because it doesn't need to. Like, it's just a better Rune Tracer, which is good. I believe it's a better one. I have heard some rumors about one aspect of it that might not be quite as good, which is that it has a slower attack speed, but more bounces and stuff like that, and has the explosions. But again, I'm not 100% sure that what I've heard is correct about that. Gonna banish magic wand because I start with the evolved one, so you can't evolve when you've already got the evolved one. God, I'd love to. Okay, so I just want to point out, I would love to take Duplicator here. And I'm really fucking tempted, but it also means I'll be saying no to Tome. What is better, 2 projectiles or a more cooldown reduction when I've already got 15%? I would argue cooldown reduction is better. When you've already got a little bit of negative cooldown reduction, more is just so much better. I wonder if they're ever gonna, the developers are ever gonna do evolved weapons for like the, those special, the projectile characters. like bone and cherry bomb and such. I mean, would you want to do evolved weapons for those? I think they're perfectly fine. I mean, like, they're more or less fairly strong weapons in their own right. I think the cat's the one that I would be more likely to see an evolution, right, at this point. The new cat one that comes with Jorno's character. Labrador's probably better there. Oh, you tempt me so. Oh, so one thing that I'm going to talk about that's in my personal life, and I'm going to call out my partner for this. So we're living away from each other at the moment because she's got a work thing out of town, and so we've been keeping in communication somewhat pretty regularly. So the weekend ended, and like on Monday I text her in the morning going, how was your weekend? She immediately starts talking politics, which I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't in the mood for. So I kind of quickly divulged it into talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court case instead, because I thought that was a little bit more interesting and a little bit lighter of a conversation. I know that's kind of saying a lot when it's a abuse situation. It's not something to be made light of, and my heart goes out to Johnny Depp for being an introvert that's having to deal with a very extroverted situation, and he's very uncomfortable with. It's very clear that he's uncomfortable with it, and he does not want to be there, but he knows that he needs to. Again, my heart goes out. But it's like, I don't want to talk about Ukrainian war early in the morning. So that's how like I started our thing. It's like asking how's your weekend, right? I got a fucking message earlier today, just going, where do you want to live in the country? Just nothing else, just that. It's like, where do you want to live in New Zealand? I'm like, I mean, this is a very serious conversation that I don't feel like I can do well enough by text. This is very out of the blue, and I was just kind of taken aback. And I explained how it's a very complex sort of thing, because I'm a very pragmatic man, and it's basically as long as I can live in an affordable, like if I can afford my living and I don't have to lose out on any comforts that are in my life, I don't really care where I live. Which she kind of was like, okay, so what comforts? And I'm just like, this is starting to divulge into a thing that I would prefer to do over the phone instead of via text. So I will be talking to her after stream. But yeah, I just thought I'd get that off my chest, because like, who else has that sort of issue where they have like, because I try and preface any conversation with kind of like a nice calm hello, especially via text and stuff like that. It's like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? What's going on in your life? Okay, yeah. And I'll see what they want to talk about, and if they don't have a distinctive topic, then I'll bring forward one of my topics. Because I actually like talking to the people that I talk to. I'm just very terrible for making the first move to talk to a lot of people sometimes, because I'm very introverted. And I could genuinely go weeks without talking to someone and probably have no problem, which I'm sure a lot of people can agree with. Uh, but just opening a conversation with like, hey, do you want to make a lifelong decision that's going to affect us for like the next potentially 20, 30 years? Because like if I was to list my comforts, right, my comforts kind of come very, I would argue very simply, it's nice high speed internet, a office spacing, like some, okay, this is gonna sound bad, but like some delivery options when I can't bring myself to cook that night, and not too far away from friends and family that I care about. And that encompasses most of New Zealand for me, because I do know people all over the place. And it's kind of that whole thing of like, I don't want ultra urban, but I don't want ultra rural. Like, I kind of want a nice in between. What am I going last again? I feel like I've gotten everything. I honestly don't know what weapon I want last. I feel like I should know. Do I just skip here? I don't want whip. I don't want sand and water either, do I? You know what I could go for? Nah, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to go pentagram this late. Like, land set, probably not good. Probably Song of Mana, if I was to be picky. But yeah, I'm sure it, like I said, I almost want to hear what people's thoughts are on that sort of thing, where it's like, I'm sure you've probably had like family or friends that have asked you like really substantial questions, and you're just kind of like, how do I answer this in a nice tactful way that can just be answered? Yeah. Pain. What's the easiest one to deal with here? Garlic, probably. I shouldn't have picked Skull if I didn't have Song of Mana already. I should have probably taken Sand or Water with a Tractor Orb and tried to get that evolution as well. Probably been better. By the way, this garlic is going to get insanely large because of candelabra. Okay, hopefully I get one of the ones I want. That's one of them. That's the other. That's the other. What's better? That one's probably better. Like, garlic protects me from projectiles is the thing. Which was what I was dying to quite a lot. As well. But yeah, going off of that now, like that kind of question of where would you live? What is other people's things? Because like I'm sure everyone's got like what they want from where to live. Like I'm not asking for a substantial answer exactly where you want to live or anything. I'm just kind of asking what would be your like kind of criteria? Like, what would be some of your basic checkboxes that you want? Like, I definitely want this if I'm going to be living somewhere. Because, like, I'm going to probably be staying within New Zealand. That's my big priority. Because I really do love New Zealand's culture and systems. And I'm going to be honest, for a living environment, I think New Zealand's definitely up there. There are some real glaring problems, but every country has glaring problems. They've also got their own reasons to be good. I just think that being a rather sarcastic individual, but very serious when need be, I don't know how well I'd survive in a lot of other contexts. Like, I would not want to try and find a job in like Central Europe or America because I'd be fighting for a really that's a very huge job market in the sense of like a job request market less than a job supply market. There's a lot of people wanting jobs in those environments and I don't have enough qualifications to offer something that's ultra unique. I am finishing up a degree, but it's only bachelor's. So that's where that kind of fault lies. I am considering doing a master's, but like until that's done, then I don't really have anything that's again in that more unique category or more valuable category. I've contemplated working in Japan, but like my contemplation with that kind of sits on temporary things like through JET, which I have applied for once and didn't get in, sadly. I would absolutely love to do that because I've gone to Japan once before and I'd love to go back. I went for a fortnight, like back in 2018. I want to say, with me and a mate, and we had a good little bit of fun while we were there. Even though, like, just before it, I had contracted chicken pox, and needless to say, do not contract chicken pox when you're no longer in your teen years, because it makes your body basically equivalent to that of an 80-year-old. It's actually atrocious. It was not a pleasant experience. Then I mean, I did kind of want to go teach in some places in Korea as well, and the Pacific. I wouldn't mind teaching in China as well, because like the Australasian sort of areas, Asian Oceanic, I guess is a better term, are areas that I'm very interested in because they are like, New Zealand gets a lot of people from those environments, as people that are coming here as either tourists or as people finding a new place to live, even just temporarily. And I'd like to kind of understand those cultures more and experience them, because I'm a huge culture nut. I love seeing other cultures and embracing as much as I can. I mean, I've got photos from me and my mate when we were in Japan, when we were going around in kimonos. Shout out to, I believe it's Kawaii Kimono Company. I'm sure if you Google up that, you'll find it. They are awesome people, and I had a great time with them. I also learnt from a cook over in Japan that's really, really good. She's an awesome person. Emi's Kitchen, EMI. Highly recommend like hiring her out, because she'll basically, you pay money, you go in, she supplies the ingredients, and you cook the food that you eat. And she's really just so nice. Apparently, me and my friend were the first New Zealanders that she'd ever met. And she was actually, the weirdest part of it was, we weren't the only New Zealanders booked in for her that day. So for her first time ever, you had me and my friend, and then these people later in the day as her first times dealing with Kiwis all in one day. I thought that was bloody hysterical. I think the one thing I'm disappointed in myself for is that we didn't end up going to see a festival, because we did go during summertime. It was I think it was end of June, July time was when we went. And when I say like missed out on festivals, straight up, we do know festivals were going on. The Kawaii Kimono Company people were going to one after they'd finished with us that day. Which goes to show just how dedicated they are to that sort of stuff. I mean, it looks all like they're up in an apartment and everything like that, but they're really awesome people. Like, they run it out of a really cool studio. They take into a lot of consideration, and I should mention, they take photos with you in those kimonos outside. So the photos I have of me and my friend are us at Shibuya Crossing, because it's right there. So my first experience of Shibuya Crossing was in a kimono. Or a yukata, like that sort of stuff. The Japanese festival garb. I don't know if it's festival garb. I apologize off the top of my head. I have studied Japanese stuff before. Japanese culture and history. I'm just kind of a bit off it at the moment because I've not looked at it for ages, but I've got like a folder in my thing for the university course that I did. But yeah, no. Anyone got any places they possibly want to go to see the culture? I'm sure a lot of people are going to say Japan, because like that's what I feel like is a huge thing in the modern day, is people want to go to Japan. But like other than Japan, how about that? Let's put that little rail on it. Other than Japan, what are some places that people would love to go to and see? Other than obviously your own country. Or if your own country, tell me why I should put that on the list. Because I'm gonna be honest, most places are on the list. I think the lowest on the list is probably somewhere like the US, just because the stuff going on at the moment in the world is really putting me off wanting to go there. When things are calmer, it'll probably be a bit higher on the list, but I would definitely want to go with like a guide. Because the US is massive. It's absolutely massive, and I do not feel comfortable just kind of like exploring on my own like I did in Japan, because Japan's a lot stricter on its rules. And as long as you know where you're going and follow like the basic necessities, there. Oh, I just also realized the mouse has been like in the center of the screen. Sorry if that bugged anyone. But like the rule difference and stuff like that, as long as you know where you are and where you're going and stuff like that, you could kind of have a fair bit of freedom in Japan. From my understanding, that's a little less the case in America. I mean, I'm also a very opinionated person, so I feel like I'm going to get punched in the face quite frankly. Then again, Europe's not much better for that, let's be perfectly honest. I mean, also I should mention, I understand that like the US is a very broad thing because you've got different states and they have different cultures within the states alone. Let alone the fact that, yeah, there's drastic differences between each state. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to go to Canada. Canada would be fucking awesome. I'd love to go see where D does their work. Digital Extremes. The company that do Warframe. Yeah, no, I love that game. I've played it since, I cannot describe it any better than like back when there was only a menu and not a order. Like that's basically when I was playing originally. The account that I use now, I think I started. Ooh, I'm trying to think. Was it when Sarum Prime came in? Maybe. No, it was before then. I think it was when Atlas came out. About that sort of time. I think that's when the account I have has been started, because I had one account, played it a bunch, then we recreated an account because me and a group of friends decided to play it together, and we all wanted to start from a fair standpoint, so we started from the ground up. And yeah, needless to say, that quickly divulged into me being super ahead because I actually went and farmed everything. I'm a terrible friend. Okay, I want to see the scythes bouncing. Oh my god. This is actually really cool. I think this isn't a terrible build. I don't think it's a good build, but I think it's not a terrible build. Especially when you're using a character that's OP. Yes. Can probably stand still at this point. The garlic should keep me safe. But like, I do want to do another trip to Japan, probably, as my first priority, because my partner hasn't gone, and that's her first place that she wants to go. That or Europe. Because she's gone to Hawaii, I believe. I've only ever gone to Australia and Japan myself. I've barely even gone to the South Island of New Zealand. I've only gone to the top of the South Island. Technically, I went further, but that was because of a flight diversion, where I had to go all the way down to Christchurch. But I was inside the airplane on the tarmac the entire time. Fun little fact, by the way, that was me coming back from RTX. And on the plane was Bernie, Hirojima, which I still couldn't get past. Like, I've been able to see Hirojima like 3-4 seats in front of me. I was very excited about that. Still to this day, one of my favorite game directors. Game creators? What is he actually classified as? My game's gonna slow down. I can't remember the spelling of his name all too well. My apologies. I should be able to tell it easily though, because I did sounding out. I couldn't find it quickly, and I'm sure boss is coming up soon, so I'm gonna just play it safe. But it was... I'm trying to remember which one it was. Was it 2017? I think is the one I went to. RTX 2017. I've got like the VIP pass for it somewhere still, because the people that sent me, because it was for a birthday thing the previous year actually, funnily enough. But like for a birthday thing, they decided to send me a group together and send me as a VIP. And again, like that was my first time being out of the country, so it was a heartwarming experience. Very much appreciated it. Learnt that going over during a heat wave was not my smartest option, and wearing a leather jacket while said heat wave was going on was even dumber. Yeah, going to Australia, recommend dressing light. Also, fun fact, when I went to Japan, was also its worst heat wave in like a few hundred years or something like that. Got up to like 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I'm glad that the hottest day they had, I was up Mount Fuji. Fuji-san protected me. I'm sorry that this is really boring, what's on screen, because, like, I'm just kind of playing with a really OP character and just standing in the center. But that's why I'm kind of talking and telling these stories. I do actually have a bunch of, like, recorded clips and videos, like, little videos and, photos from when I was in Japan. So if anyone is interested, I could probably smack together a little highlight reel of me over there. I have to say the thing that I'm the saddest about hearing the most with what's happened in Japan since I've been there was the Sega Tower, because I spent hours playing games there. I will blatantly say this. We went to Akiba 3 times in our 2-week trip, and one day was just spent at the Sega Tower playing games. I will admit to playing 4 hours worth of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game, arcade game that they had there. But other than that, yeah, we played like all sorts of stuff. There was also a like really high rated, and I'm not gonna remember who it is. I apologize in advance. But like they like a Dance Dance Revolution sort of person, and watching them play was actually just insane. Like there was a crowd there and photographers and everything like that, and they were just going hard. But like there was arcade machines there that I'd never seen before. And there was like some ancient ones that was so much fun. Like hell, they had some of the originals. Also, I'm pretty sure I don't survive this minute. Maybe I do. Maybe garlic is saving my ass right here. Yeah, I'm actually clearing it out. Okay, I'm gonna get to the 30-minute marker. Nice. So, I'm assuming it's just gonna be a Reaper that kills me here, or is it gonna be something special? Apparently there's a chest there. Double check the map, no more chests. Yeah, no, it's a Reaper. That just comes in and fucking puts my shit in. I forget that the garlic knocks him back a little bit, so he's just going all over the place. Death Spiral doing insane damage, jeez. Okay, so that's one more unlock left, and that is pure and simply get the dog to level 100. Yikes. I really like, by the way, these Arcanas. Like, I think this is a really cute idea. And I have to give real credit to the developer of this game for that. If you're wondering why I'm kind of starting to sound like I'm winding down, that's because I am. I do not think I'm going to do another run at this stage, because all I would be doing is trying to do the dog, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, if I want to get him to level 100, what I'm going to do is do like library, and I'm just going to do a gorgeous moon build. It's not going to be interesting. It's not going to be fun. So that being the case, there we go. There's my lovely face. I'm going to call it there. Again, so little last little minute talk before I close off. I'm trying to shorten these out. There's a fucking fly around here, and I'm sure you just saw it. I'm going to try and shorten these down. Tomorrow will be Warframe if the update is out. If not, depending on what's going on, I might even end up playing Siege with my friends, but I don't know if I will, because that is really intensive on my computer, because for some fucking unknown reason, Ubisoft doesn't know how to refine their games. But other than that, yep, no, I think that's it. I know I said I might do art today. I apologize, but again, I kind of only wanted to do that if I could guarantee people being here. I will probably do my banner up over the break time that I have. But that is, I don't know how that will be. Now, one thing I want to point out. So one of my friends is hugely trying to get me back into Final Fantasy XIV. I will be getting back into it. It will either be this week or next week, depending on how much money I have tomorrow after bills, is deciding if it's this week or next. That being the case, I will start doing possibly a single stream, if not more, a week about Final Fantasy XIV content. At worst comes to worst, what I might end up doing is doing an additional stream on one of the days in the morning to play with my mate, because my morning is his morning as well, but he also has a fucked sleep schedule, so it's not exactly a great comparison. So I will see about how that works out. Other than that, that is all. I've been thinking about this, whether I do this or not. I'm going to do it as a joke because fuck you. I have a Twitter now. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, like the video, subscribe for more content, and I will see you all next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yay. Fuck, I hate myself for that little sellout thing.